And the Easter bunnies have arrived. Happy Friday, happy Good Friday, everybody.
Happy Good Friday for all of you who celebrates that day, this day.
Yes, whoever celebrates
Enjoy.
Easter. And if you don't, happy Friday, and let it be a Good Friday to you as well.
Sure. Remember that if you are a believer, you have to meditate and reflect. ¿Cómo se dice reflexionar? Eh, well, whatever. You think,
Reflect, yeah.
well, reflect is like a reflection. I don't know, well, whatever. So just think about what you wanted to do best in your life and change to better. So if you are a believer, just then do that. It helps.
Yes.
How are you,
And
Patricia? How was
Mara,
this
it's
week?
funny. Your earrings are matching the Easter eggs.
Oh yeah, the colors. You see, I know.
AKA, yes, you knew what it was coming today.
Yes,
How
yes,
are
yes.
you, Mara? How are you in this Good
I'm
Friday?
good. I'm good, thanks. I'll be a little busy working out some stuff in the house and just running because this week is 2 days off, so we have to do everything. We had to do everything from Monday to Wednesday, mostly. And on Wednesday, I had a field trip, not a field trip, it's a theater trip with my students. So we went to the Teatro America in Vega Baja in Puerto Rico. So we went to see the theater, not a play, but the kids
Oh,
they
okay.
don't
So
know
just
how to.
the
Yeah,
building.
they have never been in a theater, so they
Did
wanted
people
to
see
know.
the backstage? Because that's the best part.
Yes, the backstage, everything about likes, and I think that being on the stage for them was funny, and yeah, it was a nice experience. I hope that they never forget about me and and that experience that
That
they had.
teacher that was an artist and took us to the theater so we could have
Yes.
the experience of stage and the backstage.
Oh yeah, I
Because
loved it.
most
I love
people
being
in
on
their
stage.
lifetime, they will never be on stage or in the backstage. The
Yes, yes.
backstage is so much fun. I would say when I used to perform, I used to enjoy the backstage as much as being on stage. There's like so many memories that you make on backstage.
Yeah, backstage is nice. I mean, you had to have a lot of adrenaline to be backstage because you
Yeah.
have to do a lot of things. You have to run, you have to take care of the details, and then everything has to be like on time. So it's hard when you actually are in both ways, like in backstage and in front
Yeah,
stage.
and then you
So
have like many changes of clothes that you try to keep yourself organized, and then after
yeah.
two changes, you go back and it's a mess all over. You don't
Yes. Oh,
know.
yeah. That's funny. Well, this happened in Tegucigalpa actually last year, and I think was in the month of May, if I'm not wrong. Well, it was funny because I put all my clothes and my changes, like in order. Everything was so good, and in some point when I was my third change, and I was like, "What the heck is this?" I got everything on like in a mountain in the corner, like all messed up, shoes everywhere. Well, it was a mess, but it was funny. Then my husband said, "Oh, you were taking so much time at the beginning, so for nothing." And I said,
Yeah,
"No."
like all that preparation, and then after a few changes of clothes, it's a mess everywhere.
Yeah, and then the
And
table.
then you hear the stage and the music. It's about to end, and you literally have 1 minute to be up there ready to go. And like,
Yes, yes. So that's why but it's important to have like people backstage.
yes,
Like I know like being an artist is awesome. Is being in the front in the stage in front of a lot of people is great. I think that the nerves helps you out a lot. But whenever you are in the back as an artist, you need help. And then we need people back there who help you out to organize and to develop whatever you're doing in
yeah,
front.
it's
So
true
yeah,
because you are so focused on your craft, on your art, that it will be easier as soon as you're coming down or going to the back, whatever the
yes,
backstage is.
yes,
Someone is there. Okay, you gotta wear this now. You don't have to go over there and think of what you're gonna wear next.
yes, yes, it's true. I mean, and then someone at least can help you out with your clothes. And I remember when I was in the other group, we just have like 2 minutes to change, 2 minutes, 3 minutes to change. It was a one song sometimes, in the middle, so you have to go ahead and change. You have no time. You have to tell everybody, I sit down you, and you do the same to me, and then take the earrings, everything, put the thing on the head, whatever. Well, it was hectic. I loved it though. We had a
Yeah,
lot
and
of
here in the States, for
funny
example,
funny
when I go
things.
to competitions and shows, there are changing rooms for women, changing rooms for men. When I
Yes.
was in Portugal, we will all stay in the same cubicle. So it was like I could not have any problem in showing my body because we're all gonna be changing in front of
Yes,
me.
yes, you're right. I'm the same way. Like we sometimes, most of the time, we were like all together. Of course, if there was someone who you need to see, well, you have to see it.
Yeah, it's like, well,
But take advantage of that.
oh.
But mostly, like everybody, whenever I mean, you don't have time actually to disrespect anybody. It's
Yeah,
like,
I mean, you are so busy that you don't have time to be checking out the girls or checking out the
yes,
boys.
like maybe the first change that you just come, like you have a little more time. That's the one that you actually take care of the most. Like you're trying to cover yourself, and then whatever, I don't care.
Yeah, after that, it's like, I don't care. I need to be, I'm late.
There was this funny story. We were in Jauco, which is a mountain town here, and it's a very pretty town. And you have the Plaza, right, and then the whole thing, and they have kiosks over there. So they gave us one for us, for the ladies to change. But the thing is that we need to open the windows because it was a lot of hot. It was very hot. So we changed. We opened the windows. We were very careful. But then, in some point, when we have to change from one dance to the other, Jesus, we were changing, and then we were all in our bras and everything. So when we look up to the window, so there was a lot of men from outside,
So
like,
you, you ladies were doing a show from the backstage.
and you're like, okay, sorry guys, it's not a show
You
yet.
should have
So
left
boom.
like a tip jar over there or something for them to put some money.
Yes, yes. They were like, a what? Girls in bra.
You're like,
So
well, the
yeah,
show is
that
here
was
after
funny.
all.
Yeah, we had yeah, just look to the front, to the stage. So we had a lot of funny stories about that. Oh my gosh, am I here? Yeah. So
Yes,
we
yes, yes.
things. What else? Let me see if I found a good one, because I remember. Oh, there was this way, this day
This
that
is the
one.
good thing about our show, everybody. Mara, she starts talking about she took her sons, her sons too, her students to the theater, and now we're talking here our shows and theater experiences.
Yeah, but that is it's funny because one day, oh my gosh, I'm getting froze. Okay, so this one time we were at the big theater here in San
Mara,
Juan.
let me tell the story. The guy of the AC is here at my door. I'm gonna, I'll be right back.
I remember my friend, she actually get out to the stage without pants. So it was very funny that day. I I laughed because when I saw her dance, and I said, "Girl, you have no pants." And said, "Shoot it, how's that?" So Limaris, Rosa, I love you. I will never forget that. So yeah, so it's funny when you are an artist and you have a lot of stories to tell. You have things to say, backstage, front stage. So I hope that my students from at home schooling program, they never forget that experience that they had visiting for the first time El Teatro America from Vega Baja. Remember, these kids from nowadays, if you don't take them to the theater, they will know what a movie theater will be, but they don't know what a theater play will be. So, and the experience is completely different, and it's an experience from that you actually get involved with what happened on the stage. So remember to follow us, guys, and if you are willing to sponsor us in our show, you can do it at the inboxing us. You can write to us on our inbox on Messenger or Instagram, and we will be like very pleased to tell you how you can help us out and how you sponsor this show. And if you have a business that you wanted to announce, believe me, this is a good way to do it. We have been for more than a year in a row doing this show, and we have people who watch us from Portugal, Honduras, Central America, Mexico, United States, of course, Texas, and in other states too, Puerto Rico. So if you're those one of those people who really wanted to give your business an opportunity, a new opportunity, well, this is the place to be. We can actually interview you, and you can tell us about it. So don't be scared about us. Alrighty, guys. So this,
No,
uh,
don't be scared about us. Okay, I'm back.
I mean, you have, girl. So yeah, I was just telling them that my friend was without pants whenever she got into the stage once. So
Oh
it was
my gosh.
got a lot of things like she could put her hat, her whole outfit, and since we have like what you call it, mallas, like those tights, which you feel like you have pants, but we were it was so fast.
She was so, oh my gosh, she went to the stage.
So her dance, I said, Limaris, you have no pants. I said, holy shit. So you're too late already here. So what you gonna do? Just keep that way?
Well, I have a funny story too. I don't know if I ever told this one in the show because this friend of mine and I, it was three of us. It was a guy, it was my dance partner, me, and another girl from our dance group. This was back in the days in Portugal, 25 years ago. We were doing like a tango scene, and we had a dress custom made by a local seamstress,
Mhm,
and our dresses was exactly the same style, but the girl was taller than me and she was a little bit more curvier than me.
mhm.
So with and our tango presentation was the last one. So imagine the mess in the backstage.
Oh,
We put on our dresses, and her dress you could almost see her butt, and mine was huge. And we didn't even think, okay, maybe I'm wearing your dress and you're wearing mine. We start bad mouthing the seamstress that she was an amateur. She did a horrible job. We were so busy that we did not even think, okay, we have the wrong dresses. So we went to stage because they had no more time for anything. And the seamstress was like on the first row. When she saw us, she was cracking up. So I did a tango show with a dress that looked like I looked like a little ghost. And she did a show with a dress that you could see her butt. So it was
those things happen. Those are the funny things that we never
those are the
forget.
funny things you don't forget 25 years later.
25 years later, I watched that video.
Yes, it's like we had the wrong dresses, but it did not cross your mind that we
I
should swap.
you, tell you, I think that we have the wrong dress on that show.
Yeah, we just started bad mouthing. Oh, that seamstress, she just did a horrible job.
No, 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 no. And if that happens, please do your best on the stage so people
Yes,
will not look at your at your dress.
regardless if you have a huge dress or if you went to the stage with no pants, you're already on stage. People already saw you. So just do your show.
Patricia, we were talking, and I know that maybe that's not what we were planned for today, but this is so good. The other day, I was talking with some friends, and we were talking about the ballroom dance in young people. There is a thing that a lot of kids, they learn how to do ballet, they learn how to do what folk dances, maybe hip hop, whatever, or jazz, and that's great because I think that I mean those disciplines are very good to know, and of course the hip hop mostly when you're young you might need a lot of adrenaline and strength.
Yes.
But a lot of people they don't actually teach ballroom dance to young kids. I mean, there's a lot of them, of course, but it's not like what people is accustomed to. So they don't get uh, to put their kids on a teams or maybe a club, so the kids can learn how to ballroom. I don't know, maybe because they do not understand what are they going to do there, or maybe because they think that they need a partner to practice with. Of I mean, I have been teaching everything from the all the ages, but you have been teaching mostly ballroom in in your life. So, in your experience, why do you think is that? Why do you think parents doesn't see ballroom as a technique that the kids can develop and for something good later on?
I think that the ballroom, unfortunately, here in the States, unless you go to cultures like New York and Miami that has a lot of Latin culture and European culture,
Yeah.
here it's not seen as a thing mainly for. They have the mentality that ballet is for the girls, and that's the only thing. I mean, I don't even see boys in ballet here in Houston. You find one boy when you find it.
Minimum. Yeah. They
Very
start
rare.
ballet actually when they are in intermediate school or maybe in high school, and that's my experience there.
But I think that the couples dancing and I mean it's popular in Europe. It's popular in Portugal and in Europe because it's big in competition, and over there competitions are not expensive as they are in here. Here in the States, you gotta be pretty rich to do a ballroom competition, and over there it's very affordable. I mean, what costs the most is the dresses, but some people can rent, others can borrow. It's much easier. But I think it has a lot of to do. I think it's important for the children from a very young age, I will say from the age 5 on, to have mutual respect, the boys and girls, to each other. Because when they become teenagers, they become very awkward. They don't know how to behave and how to feel in front of each other. And I think the ballroom dance teaches them how to connect and approach each other in a respectful manner without being ashamed of who they are. And not just boys and girls. I don't remember the name of the documentary. It was a pretty old documentary already, which was this British scholar that he went to, I think, Israel. And there's a lot of mixed religions there. And the kids were able to understand each other, boys and girls in different religions, through dancing. So he did a very interesting study.
Wow,
So I
that's
think it's important for like mutual respect and understanding the boundaries of each sex.
yes, yes. Oh my goodness, that's a very good documentary. I want to see it. Really, for
Yeah, it
real.
was it was very neat. I think it's important not just to teaching how to dance, but to respect the opposite sex and know how to approach each other in a respectful manner.
The mostly, well, the most common thing is because people doesn't see it as as a discipline is because the gender thing,
Yeah.
and regardless, I mean, ballroom dance is a partners, is a couples dance. I mean, it's something that you have to do with another person. So, which if if parents has a lot of if they're scared or afraid of about the sexuality of your kid, and you're the one
I think
actually.
the sexuality it's a bit on the parents' mind than so
Correct.
much on the kid's mind.
Yeah, I know that this is a huge theme because they nowadays they want the kids to know what they are, but the thing is that they don't even know what they are because actually someone has to tell them what they should be or what they
Yes.
are, and then they decide, right? But then a lot of people are scared of this, and if you were the one leading your kid, then give them the opportunity to actually learn, and you have you say, like you say, respect and understand the other. And I think that ballroom dance is a good way. The technique, they will have a good technique too. A lot of parents are telling me, but are they gonna have like a ballet technique or something class or something? I always teach a little bit of ballet technique because it's important, and of course, we do have the technique whenever we dance ballroom or whatever dance. So it's important to have, your posture, your
Yeah, and also I think it's mainly the parents when they are a bit more narrow, the male parent, that if it's a boy doing ballroom dance or ballet or whatever dance it is, but in regards to couples dancing, because even on folk, sometimes there are couple dancing parts
uh-huh.
that they're more concerned about the movement itself than so much of what they can get culturally and mentally out of the dancing.
Yes, you're completely right. It's like, oh, you move like a girl, and it's
There's
a
more in dancing, but when it
move.
comes from a young age, there's
Uh,
no. I would say dance is 50% movement, 50% like in here and connection and culture and respect.
yes, yes. You're right, and I will say that definitely this is something that I will bring in one of my classes whenever I start them, and I will definitely tell them like if you because I heard parents telling no, but he moves a lot when he dances. Well, it's okay. That means that he's a flexible person and he doesn't have will not have like backaches or or
Yeah.
muscle problems. I mean, this is something that people needs to understand and even it's like that. I mean,
But
it's
I
so
think the younger they start, more open-minded the kids are. Because if a kid is 5 or 6, and if you put a boy dancing with a girl, they don't even think, "Oh, it's a girl. Oh, it's a boy." But when they become teenagers, they are very self-conscious about it.
yes,
So
yes.
when they are young, it's easier to kind of like put them together because they don't see it like, "Oh my gosh, I'm shy about it."
The hardest age to put them together is in on elementary because they got they start laughing. They are oh boy, oh girl.
Yeah.
So they and then I said you're not gonna marry with him. You just you just have to dance with him. Okay, miss, this is just for dancing. Yeah, this is only for dancing.
It's only for dancing.
And it's funny because
I'm
kids are
gonna actually try to Google in here if I can find that documentary name.
oh yeah, please
Yeah.
do. And it is very very nice theme because I mean dancing above all the I know that theater they include all the other arts, but dancing is something that you have to express a lot of things without saying a word, and that's the good thing about it is that you have to understand that language. And then in ballroom, we're not only dancing because look at this. We're not dancing because we want to express only us. In ballroom, we have to express both of us. I have to
Yes.
the girl as a male or as right as the male part or whatever. We have to show the other like your partners, or if you're a girl you can actually show your partners too, because I've done it. Like I try to dance and then it's for him to be shown, you know what I'm saying, like he's
Yeah.
the exposure. So it is a very connective dance, and I think that that is a discipline that we as a kids they need to start like pushing up here in Latin America, mostly because there's a lot of machistas, and it's okay, I understand, but but we need to encourage kids to learn those, and then they start watching all these competitions or showcases, and then they say oh my gosh, I want to do that. Oh well, you should start uh,
Yes.
to learn, and then tell you, oh, my mom doesn't let me, my dad doesn't let me. Okay, just talk to them, and or let them talk to me, and then we talk, and then we get this, we take decisions. So I think that it's important, this gender thing, definitely.
Yeah, the gender changing a little bit the cultural mindset. I think it's time to change because even among boys, I had this student when I had my studio that now he's kind of like teaches a little bit. That when he started ballroom dancing, he was the only boy at my studio, like on the kids' class. And he wanted to the competition. He's Russian. The parents are Russian. They want him to the competition.
Who's
And the
Rush?
parents were like, "Do not go to school and tell your friends that you do ballroom dancing,"
Who said
because
that?
his parents, because they're like, here in Texas, boys are very weird about it. They're gonna start saying that, you know how it is. Oh, he's gay. He's flamboyant. He's a ballroom dancer. And it's sad because he enjoyed ballroom dancing a lot. He wanted to do it.
Get it? I don't get it. I mean, I've seen Russian ballets, which actually they're pretty much little boys, mostly, but
Yeah, and this boy was Russian. He loved ballroom dancing. He wants to do a career in ballroom dancing. But nobody else at his school, boys, dance. So he was like, I'm not gonna say it because my friends will probably stop talking to me.
yeah, but I don't understand. I mean, if culturally they have a lot of dance groups that they are little boys and
Yeah.
they dance. I mean, what's the point with one room? I mean, because you dance with a girl. I mean, hello, isn't it that the normal thing? Don't you want your kid to be married or something or have a
Yeah,
girlfriend?
they don't see it. It's weird. I don't know. It's sad, but well, I'm not gonna push my son into dancing if he doesn't want to. But if he wants to dance, I mean, it's great.
Of
Now
course.
you have a partner.
The father of kids, I met him dancing. when we were young, and he was a great dancer. Still, he's a great dancer. So, and it was cool. I mean, we were together for what, 6 years or something like that. We have been together like for almost 30 years. So, I mean, more than 30 years now. So we know each other. We respect each other. No matter we're not together, we have been dancing together after we divorced and stuff. We have been partners for so much time that I respect him as a man. And no matter, I don't care. He wasn't gay. He actually cheated a lot of people.
It's like, I know for a fact that he was not.
So, so I don't understand. But well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing for people to understand.
Yes, to be open-minded. Now, Mara, I'm curious. Do you have any plans for this upcoming Easter weekend? Are you going to a Easter egg hunt with the grandkids?
Well, oh, I didn't tell you that on Wednesday my granddaughter was on a theater actually. She was
Oh, the
both.
little one,
Yeah, the big one.
the
Both.
big one. Okay.
Yeah, she was dancing on a show and it was great. I mean, she likes to dance, but I think that she might be having to take more classes.
You like, you need to practice a little bit more.
Good, but she could be. I think that's another thing, and I will answer your question in a second. The teachers on school, if you are not a dance teacher and you're listening to me or hearing this, please try to make it simple, but let the kids do it like all at the same time. Practice. It can be done. It can be done. So we have this way of thinking that kids they do things like no matter how it goes. No, 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 no. Perfection is something that you have to look out for it, and they don't need to have the whole technique done. So if you're gonna do this with your arms, like try to everybody do that at the same time. Okay. So my kids, I remember I did that in like long time ago. I did a group from uh, school dance, and I was very picky with them. I had people who didn't have a lot of like I said, goodness. They were not that good, like following. They still have to perfection or a ¿cómo se dice? They have to train more. But
Practice
however,
more.
like most of the people they need to do it at the same time. So please, teachers, try to practice the most so the dance you can see a very nice dance. No matter if it's simple, the steps are simple. That's good. But they need to do it at the same time. So I have seen a lot of groups in my life from kids. Dances are not as wow like crazy dances. No, but they're synchronized, and that's very important. The synchronization. So
And
that's
that's the other thing about dancing. When they dance like in a group, it's not just about themselves. It's kind of like working within a group of
like
people with different abilities. I mean, I might be better, I might be worse, but we're all in a group. We all have to work for the same goal, either
exactly.
we get along or not. So it's also a very important lesson.
Yes, so that's very important. So yeah, I went to that on Wednesday, and this weekend, hopefully, I'm gonna get to my family in Aguadilla, so I can spend some time with them. I haven't been there in this whole time, so hopefully we we can
You
do it.
have been busy, you have not had time to
I
to
had
spare.
only time that I had a car was last week, and we were doing some other things, so so it was hard. So hopefully, I'm gonna go there. Yeah, and you? What about you? What you have in plans?
Nothing. Probably the usual Saturday and Sunday we're going out with, going to the grocery store and then come home. That's the excitement. Mick is very little for egg hunts and things like that.
You should take Mick to what you call it here in the woodlands. The oh my God, what was the name of that place? It's like in the downtown in Woodlands, and they have like the
Market Street.
Market Street. Yeah, you can go to Market Street because they do have a lot of activities for kids.
I might go check it out if the weather is not too hot. It's supposed to be hot. And I don't like the heat. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, take him so he got the experience of eggs, and he will ask you later, what is blah, 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 egg?
I honestly don't think he cares. Like if he sees like because also they're very small, so he has a mind of his own. I might take him just so he can look around and see something different. We'll see how I feel on Sunday.
That would be great. That would be good. That'd be good. I like it.
And I'll be calling everybody in my family, my godparents, my grandparents, my mother, my brothers, to wish happy Easter because over there Easter it's really big and they're all Catholic. So yeah, I will be doing a lot of video calls on Sunday for sure.
Oh yeah, that's great. I remember in Dallas, I was going to a church there, San Lucas, in Irving. It was a Hispanic church, and it was big. It was nice. I really liked that church a lot because it was cool to be there. And what it was, they had a lot of activities. Oh my goodness, for everything. They have Mother's Day, Easter Day, what fathers, like whatever it
Yeah,
was.
like the churches here, they have so much stuff. It's like the church is at a school itself.
Yeah, yeah, they do mostly. And it was a lot of fun. I take my kids, and they had a lot of fun. Yeah, they were like enthusiastic about that. So
And I remember that last year on Easter Day, on Good Friday, I was in California, and we talked about you had a list of movies, Easter related movies. You had like a ton of them.
gonna do well. They gonna do what this? Oh my gosh, what was the name of it? Oh my goodness. It's this lady. Oh my goodness, I forgot the name. And I saw it yesterday. I saw the commercial. I said, I want to see that.
I want
Um,
to see that this Easter weekend.
because it, yeah, it is. Oh my God, it's a movie about. It's a woman that actually is not necessary from the Bible story, but is a religious kind of. Oh, Santa Barbara, Saint Barbara, um, and Santa Barbie, Saint Barbara. So
Saint Barbie, Saint Barbie and Ken.
be so so it is nice. I want to see it because I read the story so many times. I know the story of her life, but I never see. I didn't know that they have a movie about her. So and that saint, I like the story of that saint. I mean, if you give her if you give it, it's horrible. It's terrible story.
Just a second, just a second.
Oh, go ahead. But when you give the meaning to what actually
I'll let you talk for one more minute, Mara.
good, good.
Tell about the people. Tell about the movie.
Whenever you have a the meaning, you put the meaning in there of what happened or what she actually gave away for everything so that she did and for the Christianity, then you feel so good. You say, oh my gosh, I mean, she was so young, she suffers a lot, and then her dad made her life so miserable. So I hope that, I mean, when I watch it, then I can feel whatever I felt when I read the story. So same to you. Are they gonna do it in Telemundo? I don't know if they're gonna do in all Telemundos, international, Puerto Rico, and United States. I don't know, but I know that here in Puerto Rico they're gonna pass it. So watch it out. I think it's gonna be a nice story. All right, guys, if you have something to tell us, please write on our chat here on this live video and tell us what you're going to do this weekend. What are your plans? Are you going to go to church after? There's a lot of, are you going to go to ¿cómo se llama? La caminata que hacen con todos los santos? Or you're going to just be nice in home, do some lunch? Are you going to have today, are you going to eat any meat? Or you're the ones that just eat whatever just because? Tell us everything. Tell us everything we want to know about you. All right, so we're going to be waiting for Patricia a little sec. So I want to tell you too that I'm going to go to Honduras again. So guys, if you want me to send something like a tourist gift or something like that from Honduras, you have to write me down there and your information. I'm going to be sending pictures and putting pictures of things that you can actually ask for coffee, or if it's something else that you want it, I will do it. Same from Puerto Rico. If you need some um, gifts from Puerto Rico, please let me give me a heads up. Hey, Mara, I want something that said Puerto Rico, and then I tell you what things I'm seeing, if you how much is it, and then I can send it to you. I'm just
Mara
telling.
also does card readings. We need to talk about doing a tarot reading per week. And she does good spells. Good spells.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, but not today because a lot of people they don't do that today
No, no,
because
not on Good Friday. We don't do spells on Good Friday. We focus in other things in here.
but yeah, guys, no, I'm just saying that people they can actually if I'm going to Honduras and if they want to get from Honduras or something that says Honduras, I'm going to be putting pictures and the prices so people can actually leave me a message and I will send it out. Of course, I will not pay for it, but I will do something very cheap and very pretty so you can actually get it. And then the same thing from Puerto Rico. So just let me know. Take it back.
Okay. I was like, sorry guys. I left the AC guy with chat now because they're talking about technical stuff that I told him, look,
You're
if
like,
you tell me that I mean, I don't understand. Let me get my husband. So we should be good now.
oh my gosh, Patricia. So, Patricia, last thing that I want to talk up with you because I mentioned it to people. If they are you a vegetarian today or are you a meat eater?
Well, the thing is that I was brought up and raised as Roman Catholic, so on Good Friday you don't eat meat. So in my mother's household, we don't eat meat on Fridays. We eat fish. We're not vegetarians or vegans. We'll eat fish. But no, today I'm going to eat meat most likely. But yeah, and I don't care much about religion, but people in my family, like my grandparents, my mother, today they will not eat meat because it's Good Friday.
Well,
So they won't.
it's not about a meat only. People say about meat because Jesus gave away his body, in order to save our souls, whatever. Okay, which is good to believe that for whoever believe on that, right? And they feel that meat is something that they really is something very important. Now, when I was in the Catholic school, they taught us that we have to just stop doing something that we really like the most. Like, for example, if I am vegetarian,
Okay.
however, I'm not going to be eating meat today. So the meaning of the situation is not only because the meat, it's not only because of the whatever you eat. It's about stop doing
I know
something.
what you are talking about, and people do that during the 40 days from Ash Wednesday until Good Friday, or from Ash Wednesday. I think it's from Ash Wednesday until Good Friday. During that period of 40 days, people give up on something that it's not easy for them. So, for example, my mother used to do that sometimes. Quit drinking coffee to kind of like put herself through some sort of pain in the honor of Jesus. Some people do that.
I'm sorry, I've just typed this.
Mari is so hungry that she she became vegetarian and she eats fabric now.
No, yeah, I mean, I was trying, but I couldn't do nothing. Yeah, I mean, you have to, and I understand, and
Or
it's
some
not.
people, for example, they will not eat desserts during that period of time.
And let me tell you, above like to do it to praise Jesus, it's not even because of that. You will do it because you might think that this is like a gratitude. It's like a gratitude for you because someone did something for you. Okay, so but the thing is that there's a lot of people, I guess, that they take this in advantage, and they say, well, I'm gonna stop doing sugar and doing some candies. I'm gonna put myself on a diet in these 40 days because
If you want to do that, why don't you just do like the other one? Just stop eating and go walk through the desert and see if you make it.
so I guess that the people who are not spiritual, I guess that they will take advantage of that. But however, it's a good idea though. Um, But if you are
Watch out with those cats.
this, well, but you really are, if this season means something to you, then you definitely need to do something. Quit something that actually it will take you to the world in a way of a spiritual, like to be a normal mundano person. So and then stop doing something just in order to appreciate something, spiritual. That's something good too. But a lot of people, they think that they have to eat, they don't eat what meat, but they eat shrimp because today is a langosta, and and an
I
octopus.
was like, oh, on Fridays I eat lobster. I don't need meat.
Okay, so what's the point? That was the meat of that lobster you were eating it. So the I think that most of the people think that way, and they create this nice and awesome lunch and dinners, and they invite us in a party to all the family, and we just say thank you God, and you can say that every time. So
Yes, because people tend to just think about their inner selves and the world during that period of time. What about
yeah.
the rest of the year? So you've seen all year, but on those 40 days, you're going to devote yourself to Jesus.
Yeah, exactly. And then after that, you're gonna be the same. But
Yeah.
guys, I mean, it's a commercialization of the things. Again, we are very commerce way. I mean, it's a selling thing. I mean, how many eggs and bunnies you have seen, and then people don't know what it means. They don't know that this is a pagan festivity. It's not even Christian. It's from the Stera, the goddess of fertility, and then that's why she have bunnies and eggs. And because not because the bunnies put eggs to have babies, that doesn't happen. And and then one time we were like
Yeah, and
watching.
you're talking about commercialization. My son's nanny was talking earlier that her daughter, who's 6, she thinks that Easter Bunny is going to bring her gifts like a Santa. She's like, oh, is I'm going to have gifts? So yeah, it's like nowadays everything it's about gifts and so on.
People don't go to the religious or spiritual, not talking about religion because that drive me away and actually drains me, but spirituality, you have to be like in order, like in focus on something. It doesn't have to be today, it can be whatever, but explain to your kids what really is the day about. And if you are pagan, go ahead and explain to the kids, hey, this is because we worship Estera, the goddess, or whatever fertility goddess you wanted to do. And then the eggs is because birds, they actually put a lot of eggs, and they're very fertile in this season. Same as the bunnies, that they have a lot of kids. They have a
So
little
if
bunny.
you want to get pregnant, ladies, maybe this is the season.
This is the season. It's funny because then on June it's supposed to be like the wedding month. Imagine you got pregnant now, and then you got you got married on June.
Yeah, it's like I have this cousin that they were supposed to get married this summer, but now she found out she's having a baby this summer. So they just did their wedding in the courthouse.
Oops.
Yeah, it's cool. Nick's gonna have a cousin, and it's a boy.
Now is the time because it's spring is here, and then the cold weather is out, and now people start like look at each other and say, "Hey, I feel this warmth in me."
I don't feel the chills anymore.
Chills. I can actually como se dice, shave my legs, and and they're sexy again.
Our conversation goes from religious to wild in a minute. That's how it goes.
So now is the time, guys. And if you have nowhere to go, check on. There's a lot of what is the name of that restaurant? Andares. Aranda's restaurant in Woodlands and in a lot of places. If you haven't met your real love, I don't think that there you're gonna meet your real love, but it's gonna be a love. What kind you will decide, and then you can dance ballroom a little bit, Latin
Yeah,
ball.
it's like you can do it all. Now, this is the last thing, as some people might take it too personal, people that are like either religious fanatics or big fans of Jesus. I don't remember very well but what does it say in the Bible? That Jesus was put in the cross first, was put in the cross like when the cross was up, or that how did it work? I don't remember what it says in the Bible.
Well, they actually put him in the floor, and they apparently nail it. Well, there's a lot of it's a mess because on the what you call a Jehovah Witness, they said that he wasn't on a cross. He was on a wood, and it was a straight wood, and he was this way with the hands up.
Yeah,
So,
because many years ago, my godfather, he's a doctor and he does like a lot of studies.
uh-huh.
He is a doctor, like those doctors that do how you call it when someone dies.
Of a
He's a forensic doctor, and he was reading a book written by a Spanish PhD guy that it was about crucifixion. And this guy gave the example of the crucifixion of Jesus, and he did all the proofs that whatever they say in the Bible about that crucifixion says that what happened to Jesus, he was not crucified that way because
wasn't
it will not have happened in his body.
first on that time. They were that the crucifixion wasn't that popular. It wasn't that in that moment. That's one place. Some people say that, but then in another books it says that he was just put on the wood, like I told you, like a pole, and then and then that way he actually asphyxiate himself. When he dies, it was because his thoracic bugs.
Yeah,
So
because when you see the crosses with Jesus, you see like big old nails. They did not have those big old nails back then.
yeah, they did. They did have big nails. Yeah, for other construction
For
things.
crucifixions.
Well, and if it's and if it was like that, well, um, I don't know why they had to put nails on him, and then to the other people, they just put like they wrap them like they put like they tied them, wrap them. They tied them to the other guys, to the thieves, and then Jesus was with cross. Well, you know what I was doing way long time. Well, not that long, but when my kids were growing, every Good Friday we were watching the Passion.
The Passion of the Christ from Mel Gibson.
We were watching
Like,
that.
kids, come here. If you don't behave this weekend, this is what's gonna happen to you. Come check this out.
And they had to watch it. Actually, I didn't have to tell them. I just put them, and they just watch it.
Oh my gosh, man. He's like,
No,
come
no,
here, come watch this movie.
the reason because if I mean I was going to the church in that moment, and I was going, and I always have been kind of I partially believe in all the Bible story about Jesus. And I said partially, guys, don't be afraid of that. I mean, I'm a believer. It's just that I have my own investigations in my brain. However, I like that movie. I like the movie. I mean, I
It's a
really.
good movie. I mean, you gotta be like mentally ready because you're gonna see like a lot of crazy stuff.
Yes, and I like it because I want to know. I want my kids to know that life is not only good things and air conditioner and TVs and phones and blah blah blah. So there's more than that, and I think that is a movie that actually show them that there's a redemption, that you have to have a redemption at some point, that you have to face your destiny no matter what it is, and that you have to believe in something. You have to, no matter what you want to believe. You want to believe in a tree? Well, it's okay to believe in a tree. I believe in those trees. They have a lot of food there in that tree.
Yeah.
Believe in them. So but I have to give my material part of my body on my life. I had to put it away in some point, and actually recognize that I have a soul, or whatever you want to call it, energy, but it's there. And I think that that's a good movie about a story that they already know, and then they kind of go back and track, and then they stop a little bit. And I've noticed until they grew.
That they behave very good on Easter weekend after watching that movie.
What you gonna do on Good Friday? Are you gonna watch the movie or not?
Tomorrow we are. I can imagine them starting to get mentally prepared. Oh my gosh, Good Friday, we're gonna watch that movie.
Oh my God, I mama, I know it. I already understand in the movie is in Arameo. So I was like, I understand that without reading the subtitles.
Yeah, so guys, don't forget to watch The Passion of the Christ. It was movies that we recommended last year. And then first watch Passion of the Christ because you're gonna be very depressed. And then watch Jesus Christ Superstar and just drink some wine and enjoy that good music.
We just had it here in on the theater. I
Great
didn't go.
movie, such great music. I love Jesus Christ Superstar.
We had the musical here in Cagua, so I to Juan Vega Velez, he did Jesus, so it was very very good though. I didn't watch it, but I read the whole comments. So
And it's funny, in Portugal, this was many years ago when they were having in my hometown the Jesus Christ Superstar, the musical. It was made by a Portuguese, not made, this was a production of a Portuguese theater company. They picked the good looking Judas. So all the girls were like, oh my gosh, I want to go see this Judas.
Judas,
So when you see a good looking guy, watch out if he's a Judas or something.
Judas.
It's just kind of like that. They were trying to make a point, I think.
Imagine, then here goes Judas is going there. Well, there's two Judas. It's okay. So, and in the street, they don't know what Judah will.
But they are.
So it's great.
Imagine this guy going on the street. He's like, oh, he's Judas. I saw him being Judas. I mean,
I dream with you. I dream about you, Judas.
who do you like? They say, oh, I like Judas. That's that was it was funny. Yeah. One of my friends went to watch the musical twice because of the good-looking Judas.
Jesus.
Jesus, no Judas.
Well, guys,
Oh
it's
my gosh.
time for us to end this nice show.
Yes, the time is up.
Yeah. So remember, you follow us on our websites and our what you call it, social media.
Social media. It's our websites.
Yeah, right. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Tomorrow you rewatch this show on YouTube if you miss one of the parts, or
Yeah.
simple go back ahead, hit back and watch it
Yeah.
again.
Or even on Easter Day with your family. After you go to church or after you don't go to church, whatever.
After you watch The Passion, you watch us.
Yes. And then watch Jesus Christ Superstar afterwards.
So yeah, and remember that if you want to sponsor our show, you just have to call us, and if you want to be announced,
Messages.
do it.
Message.
Message. You just hit us, and if you want to be announced, you can do that too. All right. So, girl,
Mara, thank you so much. This was a fun show. We went from theater, then we went to food, then we went to religion, crucifixion, good looking Judas, a lot of good stuff.
oh girl. Well, I love this Fridays. So I see you then on next Friday in one more Mara
Yes.
Patricia.
And thank you guys for watching Marian Patricia the show. Have a great upcoming weekend, even if you don't celebrate Easter. And we hope to see you next week.
Many blessings for you. Ciao, Patricia.
Ciao, ciao, Mara.